after the launch of Terra and Beyond, we needed to wait long for any brand new operation. 2 months later, after Terra and Beyond release, we received the Explosive Conflict Nightmare. But after that, we needed to wait 5 months again for brand new content, and they only released that when 2.0 released. So the original, I mean, digital expansion. Like we received level cap, new planet, features, things like that. So BioWare put it up the operations to the next level. Since we can go to the next level, 55. The operations goes into the next level, so the tier 2 ones. And now we received Scum and Villainy. Scum and Villainy was the first level 55 operation, and I think this is the only thing what is different between the others, not just of course the mechanics, design and everything else, but this operation had 7 bosses, which is awesome. 7 bosses, like seriously. Finally, not just 5, and Explosive Conflict had 4, and Terra Beyond had 5, but finally this operation had 7 bosses, which finally we will get more content, which is awesome. That's what I really liked at the beginning when I saw Scum and Villainy. But let's go through now everything. Design here, basically, I think it's just a simple, I think it's just like you going in a little Cartel / Tatooine, whatever. It's like going ruins and things. I think it's a little bit mixed with everything. So I think it's a really good. I really like the design here, and some of the bosses had really good designs out there as well. I will tell you, and I think just the atmosphere here, it's really good. So for me, it's awesome. I will tell you the ratings for the design at the end. But let's go run through the bosses now quickly. The first boss is basically pretty much a simple thing. DPS it. That's it. Like, okay, not just DPS it. The mechanics here are really good. I think when you're going this desert and you really need to activate the shield, otherwise you would receive more stacks and things like that. I think it was a hell of a good idea, and you needed a tank to move it and receive a shield and move it back or somewhere else. I think it was. I think it's awesome. Like moving to another platform, one tank needed to get the shield and move the boss as well, and also some of the guys receiving random stuff and needed to activate it. Some kind of shield, which you can buy it at the beginning of the operation. So I think it was hell of a good mechanics, hell of a good boss. Not much of a big deal, of course. All you need is just DPS. Of course, Nightmare which released really late as well, but I think they done a good job. So for me, this boss is an 8 out of 10. The second boss on Titan 6 is actually fun as hell. Like when you actually jump into that field, it was like, whoa, really big, and actually really saw it, okay, this is gonna be a boss fight. So, and the boss like standing up like a cool guy there. I think it's hell of a good thing. But the mechanics for this boss is awesome as well. The nightmare thing, the nightmare mode for this, it's seriously nightmare. You really need to get the ads and things like that. But on hard mode, it was hard as well, especially on 16, I think. So for me, Titan 6 is an 8 out of 10 as well. The third boss, Treasure, is a really interesting one because back in the day there was a really funny bug. I think one group received it or done it on the PTS. They went into this boss, and before that there was a Sharlock there, so they put it into the Sharlock, this boss, and the bosses all automatically die. So that was like fun as hell. But anyway, let's go run through this treasure now. I think this boss don't have much of a mechanics and don't don't really need to do any stuff. On story, of course, and hard, but on Nightmare, yeah, you need to do a little bit more. But I think still not much of a big deal. Just killing ads and going up to the ads, and that's it. So not much of a big deal for me. Treasure is not a big boss fight. So for me, it's a 6 out of 10. The fourth one is, I think, one of the after many bosses, this is one of the most unique fights. So just like the puzzle fight or the explosive conflict, this is really unique fight. You're basically going into a city, and as you can see, there is the map there. There is 4 teams there, and each the groups needed to separate it, of course, and you needed to kill these teams. And each of these teams have different kind of mechanics. So where I am is the blue one right now, is putting into big AoE stuff, so we needed to go away and turn away them. So in 16 it was hell. Now of course you can easily do it on story, because this is story mode, of course. You can easily do it on story, hard as well. Nightmare, in Nightmare is still a nightmare, so this operation is still a nightmare on Nightmare difficulty, seriously. Still a lot of people didn't done it, even I didn't done it, just some of the first 5 bosses, or 6 I think, I'm not quite sure. So yeah, anyway, not much of a big deal. I think as soon as you go out to the city and killing this chief whatever, it's not much of a big deal. That's just like in explosive conflict at the end, like going into the puzzle and after that going out to this boss. It's the same thing here. Going in there, you needed team skills, of course, not much, but needed a little team skills for kill this 4 teams. And as soon as you kill it, there is the boss opened and you can kill it. So yeah, pretty much the end is what it's wrong here, but after that it's an awesome fight. So I really liked it. So for me, this boss is an 8 out of 10 as well. The 5th boss is awesome, definitely a big puzzle fight. Of course, in 16-man or 8-man, doesn't matter. It's a hell of a good mechanics. You needed to, if you receive the coin, whoever received the coin needed to go to the panel, and the guild or the group decided which one, only the blue ones or some of the gold ones you needed to click. Of course, on story you needed to click the blue, but on hard and nightmare you needed to click more and more stuff. And as soon as you've done it, you need to do it 8 times, and after that, if you done it, you going out actually, and you really actually killing these droids. So as soon as you kill the droid, the boss spawns, and just need to little bit clear the edge. But I think the mechanics here are really good, like this puzzle solving and things like that. I think it's awesome. So for me, Olok is a 9 out of 10. The 6th boss, we saw it before on Terror from Beyond, but the only exception is we needed to kill 4 bosses instead of 3. So for me, it's not much of a big deal. You needed to kill it some kind of order as well, just like in Terror from Beyond. So yeah, I expected a little more, just, you know, not to kill champions and things like that, but meh, whatever. For me, this boss is definitely a disappointment, so I expected a little more. So for me, this boss is a 6 out of 10. And the last boss, Styrak, is well, it's a hell of a good fight. I think it's not just epic like the other boss fights, but I think it's still good. Have awesome mechanics, not just one. Just this boss have like four or 5 phases which he's doing. So I think it's an awesome fight. For me, my favorite one is actually what you can't see on this video, but he's putting into us to some kind of nightmare, and you needed to kill your companion in there, and I think that's awesome. You like killing your companion. Like a lot of people wanted to kill his companion or her companion, but they can't do it, but now this is the chance. If you wanted to kill your companion, come to Scum and Villainy and you can kill your companion. So yeah, I think it's a hell of a good fight, hell of a good mechanics, and yeah, for me this boss direct is a 9 out of 10. And of course there is a secret boss in here as well. I'm not gonna show any pictures or videos and things like that. It's the same thing for Terra from Beyond, just the only thing is some debuffs we have, and it's called Dreadful Hate or whatever. I actually never done it, but I saw some videos for it, and for me it's kind of dipshit, so for me it's a 4 out of 10. Overall, Scum and Villainy, I think it's really, really good. I think I'm not gonna say definitely worth the wait or things like that, but it's really good. 7 bosses, good mechanics, secret boss, things like that. So I think it's hell of a good thing. The story here, it's basically left off where we usually finish Terra from Beyond, and I think it's really decent story after all. So the story for me is a 7 out of 10. The design here is it's really good, as I told you guys before. I think it's awesome. So the design for me here is an 8 out of 10, and the bosses overall is a 8 out of 10. So overall for me, Scum and Villainy is a 7 out of 10. It's a good operation without doubt, and finally we have 7 bosses and things like that. But I'm actually not amazed. Like, some of the mechanics and some of the bosses are good, but if we have 7 bosses, I expected a little more. I know it's long and it's good, so, but yeah, 5 months for this. I know it's finally 5 months worth it, but well, yeah, expected a little bit more. So I'm not saying I'm in disappointment, but yeah, it was a decent, I mean, not decent, good operation after all. So yeah, that was my thoughts for Scum and Villainy. Let me know in the comments what do you think about Scum and Villainy. Did you play it on hard, nightmare story, or what do you think about story design? Did you agree my ratings and things like that? And yeah, see you guys on the next My Thought video. Bye bye.